Whether you like it or not, we're in the golden age of fighting games. Tekken 8 coming out with its breathtaking graphics and new heat system that allows players to enter a powered-up state, providing access to new moves and combos. And then we have Street Fighter 6 with their new art style that blends classic 2D fighting games with modern 3D graphics. And it's also innovating the industry by making the new drive system mechanic. Similar to the heat system, it adds a lot of layers to every single match you play in. And Guilty Gear,
holy shit, is that Slayer?
ladies and folks, Slayer is finally here. But moving past that, what I'm trying to say is that fighting games are becoming way more innovative, way more fun, and way more exciting. Before we dive deep into the new age of fighting games, let's look back and talk about the old age of fighting games. In 1987, Capcom introduced the world to Street Fighter, and my god was it bad. It was notorious for its clunky controls, unresponsive gameplay, making it frustratingly difficult for players to execute special moves, but it did introduce said special moves. Yeah, see the Hadouken and the Shoryuken! These are what make characters and their archetypes, but that's a separate video. So fast forward to 1992, and the fighting game landscape was forever changed by the arrival of... Developed by Midway Games, it stood out because of the unimaginable level of violence that it had. And at that time, that type of violence wasn't really around, so it sparked a lot of controversy. Introducing the world to fatalities, finishing moves that allow players to execute their opponents in gruesome fashion. This feature, combined with its gritty and realistic visual style, set Mortal Kombat apart from its competitors and quickly became its most controversial and defining characteristic. And then, boom! 2 years later, in 1994, Namco brought Tekken to the arcades. It was one of the first fighting games to utilize fully 3D graphics, offering a new level of depth and strategy to the genre. But at that time, nobody knew what strategy was. Everybody was just doing electrics after electrics after electrics. And that's what made these games fun. The old age of fighting games was more than just pixels and polygons. It was a cultural phenomenon that brought people together, fostered rivals, and created lasting memories. But that's not what we're here for. We're talking about this golden age. So let's dive in to all these new games and talk about it.
All right, you ready?
Street Fighter 6.
Hey yo, Capcom cooked! They added so many good features. Like for example, they added World Tour Mode, which is a single player experience that allows players to create their own custom fighter and fight the fighters in the roster. And speaking of the roster, it is a balanced blend of old favorites and new challengers, like Ryu, Chun-Li, Ken, but we also got the newcomers, like Jamie, Luke, which they're trying to make the poster boy of the franchise right now. This balance ensures that both veteran players and newcomers have plenty to enjoy. And they introduced Modern Control, which is a big part of the game's success. Doing the classic multi-motion input was very difficult for newcomers, so introducing Modern Controls, which basically lets you skip all that and only aim at one direction and press one button, was a genius idea that let new players come in without feeling overwhelmed by all the difficult things that are portrayed in fighting games. And I've already talked about the new drive gauge mechanic, but to go into further detail, you can use it in 5 different ways. First is the drive impact mechanic, a powerful strike that can absorb an opponent's attack and stun them. If you hit them 3 times, you can get them out. Second, we have the drive parry, a defensive move that negates incoming attacks. Now this is better than blocking because, well, you don't get chip damage and you restore your drive gauge. Number 3 is the overdrive moves, an enhanced version of special moves that consume drive gauge, adding extra damage and effects. And number 4 is the drive rush mechanic, a rapid approach technique that cancels certain normal moves or parries, allowing for extended combos and pressure. And then at number 5 we have the drive reversal mechanic, a defensive option that pushes back the opponent while blocking. Basically your get off me tool. The drive system's versatility is what makes it revolutionary. It ensures that every match is a chess game of moves and counter moves, where managing your drive gauge efficiently can be the difference between victory and defeat. This depth and flexibility makes Street Fighter 6 a shining example of the richness that characterizes the golden age of fighting games. Yeah, then you have Guilty Gear. good game.
The heart turns into stone, hardly stop. Bedtime story, happy ending game, just a snapshot in time. Life is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the ride with ups and downs.
Now we have Guilty Gear Strive. Developed by Arc System Works, Guilty Gear Strive is a masterpiece of design, innovation, and pushing the boundaries of what a fighting game can be. Guilty Gear Strive is renowned for its stunning hand-drawn art style. This game's visuals are a perfect blend of anime-inspired aesthetics and cutting-edge 3D technology, resulting in a truly unique and captivating look. Each character and stage is crafted with malicious detail, creating a visually arresting experience that stands out in the genre. And the roster was made so detailed that you will find a character that suits your playstyle. For example, if you like characters that are good at everything but don't really excel at one major thing, we have Kai Kiski and Soul Bad Guy. And if you want a big samurai that destroys everything he touches, we got you covered. This game has a diverse cast of characters. Every character in Guilty Gear is so different from the other. Nobody's really the same. Take for instance Soul Bad Guy, a close-range brawler with powerful straightforward attacks that allow him to dominate up close. Contrast him with Zato, who controls the battlefield with his friend named Eddie. You will have two completely different characters. And that's only two of them. Then we have Mei, who uses her anchor to unleash devastating mid-range attacks and summon a goddamn dolphin to aid her in battle. Or maybe you don't like any of those. Maybe you're a weirdo and want to marry a key. Well, we have a character exactly like that. If you want to use little puppets, little minions, we have that as well. Each character's moveset and abilities are carefully crafted to offer a unique tactical experience. This variety extends beyond mere aesthetics. It fundamentally changes how players approach the game. Mastering one character won't necessarily help you with another, as each character requires a different strategy and skill set. The absolute combination of breathtaking visuals, intense gameplay, and robust online infrastructure highlights why Guilty Gear Strive is a key player in this golden age of fighting games. Then boom, Tekken 8 comes out and does almost everything right. Like the other games I just mentioned, Tekken 8 is visually pleasing as well, but it looks more unique because it's 3D. Leveraging the power of the latest consoles and PC hardware, Tekken 8 delivers photorealistic character models and detailed environments that immerse players in the fight like never before. Every punch, kick, and special move is rendered with stunning precision, making each battle a visual feast. And my god, when you hit your opponent, you really feel like you hit their soul, giving you an insanely high dopamine rush. Now, Tekken 8's roster isn't as diverse as Guilty Gear, but you do have lots to choose from. You got a mix of returning favorites and exciting new faces. Like, honestly, every single character is amazing to play with. But I'm mad because where's Hiyachi, man? Why do you have to die? My favorite thing about the Tekken roster is that they bring good guest characters. Like, they brought Akuma from Street Fighter, the competitor, into the lore.
Like, sorry, but this move was so annoying to deal with.
And they brought Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. What? So I'm really excited to see what Bandai Namco is going to do in the future. The game also wants you to be way more aggressive than past Tekken games. Introducing the Heat system is the game telling you to be more aggressive. The Heat system allows players to enter a heat state. Once activated, the character gains access to a range of enhanced abilities and special moves. This state not only boosts the character's attack power, but also gives you a unique move that can help you turn the battle to your favor. Each character in Tekken 8 benefits from the heat system in unique ways. For example, Jin Kazama's heat state might enhance his already versatile mix-up game, making his attacks even more unpredictable. On the other hand, a grappler like King might use the heat state to gain access to powerful throws that deal massive damage and set up further opportunities for offense.
The of the heat system is what sets it apart, transforming each match into a strategic battle of wits. Efficient management of your heat gauge can be the decisive factor between victory and defeat. This complexity and adaptability highlight Tekken 8 as a prime example of the strategic depth that defines this golden age of fighting games.
Thank you, Elith, for saying that line for me, because for the life of me, I could just not say it. Beyond the big blockbuster titles like Guilty Gear, Street Fighter, and Tekken, the golden age of fighting games is also defined by the creativity and innovation of small indie games. Titles like Them Fighting Herds, Rivals of Aether, and Skullgirls bring fresh perspectives and unique mechanics to the genre, proving that passion and good ideas can deliver experiences just as impactful as the big names. In conclusion, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and Guilty Gear Strive each bring something extraordinary to the table, defining why we're in the golden age of fighting games. Tekken 8 dazzles with its graphics and depth, Street Fighter 6 refreshes the series with innovative modes and mechanics, and Guilty Gear Strive captivates with its unique art and intense gameplay. Additionally, the creativity and the innovation of small indie games continue to enrich the genre, proving that passion and genuine love for the game can deliver experiences just as remarkable as the big titles. Whether you're a longtime fan of these franchises or a newcomer looking to dive into the world of fighting games, these titles offer unparalleled experiences
that showcase the best of what the genre has to offer. Now, if you like this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and make sure to follow my Twitch to find out what I'm gonna do for the next video.